What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to my Let's Play of WWE 2K17, my career mode, continuing our lengthy NXT run here as we are still gunning for that NXT title, and today fighting Nakamura once again. And so welcome to a fine Tuesday morning, my usual weekly note that I have not watched Raw yet. You know, I hear things, but haven't actually had the time to watch it until this evening, and then obviously watching SmackDown tomorrow morning. But, because I have heard things, there are certainly things that can be discussed before I discuss them more in depth on tomorrow's episode of this particular show. And certainly, first and foremost, Goldberg being on Raw last night, and having Goldberg in the same scene as Roman Reigns, and granted they had a double spear on Braun Strowman, but it seems to me that if you want to have people cheer Roman Reigns, you don't put them in the same scene as Goldberg, who they're already going to cheer for. Outside of, say, Minneapolis, where there was that, you know, they just booed the shit out of him because he was fighting Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar's from Minneapolis. But other than Minneapolis, they're going to cheer Goldberg, and so having Reigns in there with Goldberg seems like a bad idea. Now, granted, as we have discussed here on the show before, they supposedly have signed Goldberg for 3 matches. And you know the Rumble and Mania are 2 of them, and that's Brock and Brock. But that 3rd match, nobody knows. And could that 3rd match be Roman Reigns? Would they do that? I don't think so, only because you would think if they're going to have Reigns in that match, they would want Reigns to win, but you're not going to have Goldberg lose in between the Rumble and Mania. That'd be real stupid. Real stupid. But I appreciate the visual of having them both there and having them both do the spear. Like, that makes sense. But it would have made more sense if people actually cheered for both of them, which is not the case. Come on now. Anyway, speaking of Mr. Nakamura here, we have Wrestle Kingdom 11 is today. Or, well, it's technically tomorrow, but it would start here on the East Coast at 2 in the morning. And as much as I love wrestling, I'm not getting up at 2 in the morning. Unless you're going to pay me, I'm not getting up at 2 in the morning. That's insane. So, I will hopefully catch some of the highlights or whatnot of Wrestle Kingdom 11 tomorrow, or perhaps this weekend or something, because sure as shit not going to get up at 2 in the morning to watch that stuff. That's just crazy. That's just cray. Anyway, here's hoping it will be a good pay-per-view. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? But Nakamura not having any of my shit today, even though I ran roughshod on him yesterday. What a wasteland. So, missed that spiral tap. So, speaking of Raw, man, how much of this build to the Rumble is so tired because we've seen the same combination of Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns. How many possible variations will they have on that match that they've already had between now and the 24th? It is ridiculous. You want to talk about the brand split making the rosters seem thin? That's capital right there, is that they've had so many different variations on those 4 guys fighting in the past, like, 2 months. It is fucking ridiculous. All I'm going to say. So, don't worry, we're not done yet. They're going to keep doing that shit. And that's, you know, like, look, basically, it's like this. If you're going to have a hamburger every day, regardless of how good that hamburger is, if you're going to have a hamburger every day, eventually, you're going to say, you know what, I want some pizza, I want some tacos, I want, you know, something else besides the hamburger, even though it's good. You know, that's just the way that I feel about it, but, you know, I could be wrong. In any event, let us attempt to lock away Nakamura here, even if I have to use his own finisher on him again. But also, I have no fucking stamina left. So there's that, and I missed. Right into the ropes. So he has his finisher, and whether or not he can get an upset victory here remains to be seen. But in channel news, not wrestling news, but Attack Slug channel news, shock and awe, I did finally order an actual piece of audio equipment, which should increase my audio quality quite a bit. And that should be arriving at some point in the next week or so. Put in the order on Amazon yesterday, so I am excited about that. Perhaps I'm the only one, but I'm excited about that. Because I pretty much had the same audio quality for like 4 years now. So, getting into some new audio quality is actually pretty exciting for me. Hurricanrana. Over. So, it will definitely be noticeable. Like, go watch those videos with Ecomog. Like, we're using his audio recorder on most of those videos. And I'm buying that model of recorder. So, there should be more clarity in my audio. And it's portable, so I can pretty much, bring it wherever to do whatever. So, that for me is exciting. Because, like, I've gotten to the point where I want to, that's kind of the last thing that has not been upgraded in this, my recording studio, if you will. Which is not really a studio, but it's a fucking bedroom. Anyway, 2, 3, there we go. He got the job done. This one's over, says Michael Cole. What a wasteland. Oh, what's that? What's that, Shinsuke? You didn't think I'd be done with you by now? You didn't think I would just sit here and be like, talk shit, get hit? Is that so? No, get over to the legs. Don't I have ya? I was gonna say. Putting him in that slug lock on those long legs. Just trying to snap him in half. Just trying to make him tap. Tap or snap. Oh, well, we're not done here. Because knee to your face, insult to injury, taking your own finisher. And that should bring us to NXT TakeOver fighting Enzo Amore in a normal match. Now, in the real world, in a rivalry that takes place over multiple pay-per-views, the first one is a regular match. Second one, there's usually a stipulation, but apparently the video game does not care, so whatever. Alright, elsewhere on this card, Nakamura and Corbin, Tyson, Jaden Jet, wow, the Jobber vs. Jobber, Tyson Kidd, Lance Xander, Bo Dallas, Zack Ryder, Sami Zayn, Itami, myself and Enzo, and Finn Balor vs. Samoa Joe for that NXT title. All I'm trying to say is that this game has multiple match types, and it seems like the My Career never want you to actually play any of those multiple match types. So it's like, guess what? Your match is normal. And I'm like, let me have fun. Give me a TLC match. Give me a Last Man Standing. Give me a tables match. Give me Extreme Rules. There's so much stuff in this game. They give you so many different options. And when you're playing My Career, you're just having the same ass fucking match over and over and over. Anyway, back into the news, if you will. We have Paige being backstage at Raw yesterday. We have Paige being dropped off to Raw by Del Rio yesterday. And we have the apparent news that Del Rio was arrested in the country of Austria over the weekend for getting into a brawl at a nightclub. So, things are happening with Paige and Del Rio. I think that if anybody deserves their own damn reality show, it's Del Rio. The amount of shit he seems to constantly get in is ridiculous. It really is. So, I don't know. That whole thing continues to be a shit show. All of the details surrounding that stuff is a shit show. I don't really have an opinion on it, other than the fact that it just looks like a fucking mess. And it will continue to look like a fucking mess. So, there's that. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and do bare minimum to put away Enzo, who I've been at 100, like completely and totally winning this feud for a while now. So, he's not really worth my time, to be honest. But he did reverse my damn signature, so I guess there's that. I suppose that is a point in his favor. But I'm still gonna stomp his stupid face in. Because I can. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. Moving like a man possessed, says Michael Cole. So, once again, signature. Which means, once again, I hit the Slug Exploder. And then we go for the Salt Shaker 2.0. Hits the mat. Will it be... Wow, a shocking squash match from attackslug. I told you. You talk shit, you get hit. If that doesn't end the feud, I don't know what will. That was a completely one-sided affair. Outside of that one bit of getting reversed, that was a completely one-sided affair. So, shit, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna break out. I've got nothing left to say or do with Enzo. Seriously. One-sided. I win. And there is the end result. Rivalry 1. And I suppose the question now is, who's next? And will that get me up to rank 3? Has my rank increased? Please, please, please. I know I am no longer feuding with Enzo, which is fine. But nope, still rank 4. And fighting Nakamura again. Man, this game is obsessed with, like, the same 3 guys. And look at that, Finn Balor. Once again, your NXT champion. How is Enzo above me in the rankings? How? How? The only thing that makes sense is if the rankings are based on merch sales. Seriously. You know what? I'm not calling out anybody right now. I'm going to see who wants beef with me because this shit is baffling. I can only hope that by not being in a rivalry, I will be able to fight guys that are not the same 3 guys. It's the only thing I can hope for, because otherwise, like, look, nothing against fighting guys who are clearly talented guys in real life. In the video game, it kind of tends to play out the same way over and over again. And that's not great for you guys to watch or for me to play. Like, I need more variable competition more than anything else. But also, he hit a major reversal here, so I can't do shit right now. I can't do shit right now. That sucks. Just gotta sit here and deal with it, and that's no fun. Anyway, I'll be very curious to see how the ratings play out this week, considering you had Goldberg on Raw and whatnot. Like, what does SmackDown have? And certainly next week, when you've got both Taker and Michaels on Raw, and what do they got for SmackDown to compete with that? Will be interesting to see how that plays out. Whether or not they continue to be salty that they actually lost a week in the ratings to SmackDown. And how much of it is, hey, Raw is going to keep bringing back guys who were, you know, big stars 20 years ago, whereas SmackDown trying to build new talent. I think that'll be a curious bit of juxtaposition. But Nakamura here, not fucking around today, or, you know, this week, this show, whereas I squashed him last time. So, what the hell? My goodness! Shucky ducky. Quack, quack. Not cool, Shinsuke. Not cool. That I do not appreciate. How about right there? Knee to the junk. That's what's up. Stomping around. That's what's up. Stop reversing my shit. This is what I understand about this game, is that I literally just beat him in the previous week, and now all of a sudden he's a lot harder. Like, I ran roughshod today and yesterday, Both. And now, all of a sudden, the game's like, you know what, now it's going to be harder. For no reason. For no particular reason. It's not a different match type. It's not a pay-per-view. It's literally, hey, you're fighting Shinsuke again. And all of a sudden it's harder. I don't get that. That will never make sense to me about this game. Like, it's one thing if it was a different guy with a different power level, but it's not. It's the same guy. The same guy I squashed in like 3 minutes yesterday. But no, all of a sudden now, it's going to be harder. And I'm like, what the fuck does that make any sense for? 6:30, missed it. Damn shame. A damn shame to miss that 6:30. And now Nakamura going for his finisher. Nope! You missed! Son, you missed. Boom. How about them apples? Well, that got reversed. This is no good. There we go. DDT. Well, reverse DDT, for that matter. And then a slug sploder. Boom. And then going to the top to actually hit that 630 from all the way across the ring. And 3 count. How about that? It's not that I have a problem with the game being more or less difficult based on the guy that I'm fighting. But when it's the same guy and all of a sudden they're just awesome for no fucking reason, that's baffling. All I'm looking for is a little bit of consistency. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just be consistent. Don't be more difficult when you feel like being more difficult. That, to me, is the most frustrating thing. So, get out of my ring. Pop, pop. Gonna go to the top. Going to hit that spiral tap to the... No, I'm sorry. I held the button and he didn't do this fucking spiral tap. What the fuck was that shit? What was that? It is time. Boom. And here's Toya. Now then, who will they have me fight tomorrow? Will it be Enzo? Will it be Baron Corbin? Yeah, there's like 3 guys. I'm fighting 3 guys over and over again. It is the most ridiculous thing. At least my t-shirt sales are still good. But come on. It is fucking ridiculous. And, Apollo Crews got back in that top 10. Good for him. But beating Baron Corbin is not going to do much for me yet again. So how about Scott Dawson? Or Dash Wilder? Or Itami? Or Zayn? Or Joe? Or anybody but having to fight Baron Corbin, Nakamura, and Enzo. Seriously. So that'll be tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm attackslug. More videos every day. And I'll see you next time. Right here on this channel. And I'm out.